Adani Green Energy Limited was just awarded the largest ever single solar development bid by the Solar Energy Corporation of India.
That was the year 2020, and now fast forward to 2024. A tender floated by the Solar Energy Corporation of India, that is the SECI, in 2019 is now at the center of a controversy. A United States District Court indictment has implicated one of India's most prominent business groups, that is the Adani Group, in a staggering 2,029 crore rupee bribery scandal. Allegations that extend to its chairman Gautam Adani, his nephew Sagar Adani, and 6 others. The Solar Energy Corporation of India, that is the SECI, which is a public sector enterprise under the Union Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, floated a novel tender in 2019. The project, combining 12,000 megawatts of power generation with 3,000 megawatts of solar module manufacturing, was awarded to Adani Green Energy and Azure Power. At the time, it was a game changer. The SECI struggled to sign power supply agreements or PSAs with state electricity distribution companies, also known as DISCOMs. The reason? High energy prices discovered during the bidding. According to US prosecutors, the co-conspirators undertook extensive efforts to corruptly persuade government officials to cause state electricity distribution companies to execute PSAs. The US prosecutors have also alleged that Gautam Adani personally met with an unnamed government official in Andhra Pradesh to advance the execution of a PSA between SECI and Andhra Pradesh's state electricity DISCOMs, for which roughly 1,750 crore rupees was offered to the unnamed official. However, this wasn't the case. DISCOMs were not interested at first. After the tender was awarded, the SECI had to sign PSAs with state DISCOMs, without which it could not sign power purchase agreements, those are the PPAs, with the Adani Green and Azure. US prosecutors have alleged that SECI's inability to find purchasers jeopardized the lucrative LOAs, which are a letter of awards, and corresponding revenue that was anticipated by the two companies. The US District Court in New York has alleged, and I quote, "As a result, in or about the year 2020, the defendants Gautam S. Adani, Sagar Adani, Neet S. Jain, who is an MD and CEO of Adani Green, among others, devised a scheme to offer, authorize, make and promise to make a bribe payments to Indian government officials in exchange for the government officials, causing state electricity distribution companies to enter into PSAs with the SECI." The proceedings in the US started after the Securities and Exchange Commission, that is the SEC, which is the American markets regulator, filed a complaint with the prosecutors alleging that Gautam Adani and his nephew engaged in a bribery scheme involving the equivalent of hundreds of millions of dollars to obtain contracts that benefited Adani Green, while at the same time falsely touting the company's compliance with anti-bribery principles and laws in connection with a $750 million bond offering in the US markets. According to SEC's complaint, the PPAs with Adani Green and Azure were supposed to be signed within 90 days of issuing the LOAs, but it took more than 18 months, and the PPAs were executed by SECI only after Adani Green's senior executives, that is Gautam Adani and Sagar Adani, undertook a massive bribery scheme to incentivize Indian state government officials to enter into contracts with the SECI to buy energy at above market rates. SEC also alleged that Adani Green was set to make billions of dollars from the execution of PPAs from different states, including Andhra Pradesh and Orissa. SEC noted that Gautam Adani personally met with the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh in August 2021, and at or in connection with that meeting, Gautam Adani paid or promised a bribe to Andhra Pradesh government officials to cause the relevant Andhra Pradesh government entities to enter into power supply agreements with the SECI for the purchase of 7,000 megawatts of power capacity. The problem with solar bids is also that newer bids tend to see a drop in prices, leading to the DISCOMs often reneging on earlier contracts. For instance, if one PPA is signed at an agreed tariff of 2.5 rupees per unit based on a discovered price by the SEC, and the discovered price in the next bid is 2 rupees per unit, then the buyer is reluctant to fork out the tariff agreed to earlier. A consistent fall in solar power tariffs due to the falling price of solar panels has led to the DISCOMs waiting for further fall in tariffs rather than contracting PPAs at current prices, according to the experts. The SECI often faces difficulty in finding buyers at discovered prices because DISCOMs expect the tariffs will continue to fall even further, and many of them have already met renewable purchase obligations that their respective states are supposed to achieve.